Hey there and welcome to another Dave Does, and today we're doing Dave Does Tech, and what we're checking out today is we are trying to find can you find a decent microphone for basically under £20, I guess UK. So I've got a series of mics here, all have been kind of purchased for varying sort of prices around that sort of price point. We're going to be using the benchmark of a good mic, or a reasonably good mic, is this. So we're going to be using this, which is kind of like similar to an SM58, which is a dynamic style of mic. This is a Rode M1, which I quite like. It's got quite a good low end, it's got kind of nice mid-range, basically designed to be dropped on the floor. It's designed to be sung into like here, not like that, which you'll see a lot of people talk about. But no, clear all the way around, so you can get a little bit around, but you need to sing straight into it. So it's a dynamic mic, so it's there to pick up. So we're going to be utilising this one, and we're going to be comparing it to a whole host of mics. So we've got a generic branded one called by a company called Axman. This was basically manufactured by, I think, either Lidl or Audi, and was sold in their shops, or it wasn't manufactured by them. But again, has a very similar top, if I can get it off. So they all have the same kind of mic settings in the top. Let's have a quick look. If we take off and get the Rode M1 off. Okay, the Rode M1 one doesn't come off, it's actually sealed in there. I've got to there we go. This is hard because it's obviously, unless you start breaking the wiring down, you wouldn't see a lot of the differences inside, but we're going to use this. So this is the Rode M1. There we go. So that's the Rode M1. Sorry, there you go. Relevant mic. Then it has its connections in between, and this is the Axman's. We've also got to go in with this. Just put the lid back on that one. Yeah, that was that one. Before I mix up all the mic sounds and all the mic's parts. We're also going to check out a knockoff copy. I know it's a knockoff copy, but this was a knockoff copy of an SM58. Because the SM58s don't tend to have these on-off switches, and it's a very cheap kind of on-off switch. If we look at the inside again of this one, very similar to what we just saw on the Axman. So they all kind of use very similar components. We have an what's supposed to be an SM57. This is so light. So I know it's not an SM57 in here. But if I was to split this one apart, slightly different inside, very cheap looking kind of cabling inside. The SM57 is quite good for instrumentation. I guess used a lot in instrumentation parts, but we're going to do some vocal bits with it. So you already got that kind of connection that you saw on the top. Slightly different. It's more kind of straight to direct. Then on top of that, so that gives us sort of 4 dynamics that we're going to work with. We've got a kind of another dynamic here. This is what's called it's made by a company called Piley, and it's a it's a PD mic R42. There's an on-off switch here. Can be stand mounted, and again is a direct mount. So this one's not as much of a problem if you kind of hold it, and a lot of singers kind of do this. We'll either mount it or sing it that particular way. So we're going to try one of those out. And then the last 2 we're going to do, we've got a Chinese condenser mic. So condenser mics are great for more room. You can kind of, these ones you don't kind of sing straight in like this. This is more kind of to pick up all around. So these are great in very quiet environments. They pick up all the sounds. So we're going to use one of these. And then finally we've got another condenser, and this one's an MXL 440. Now this one was a little bit more expensive than the rest, however it was bought second hand. So this was about £35, and again is a condenser mic for picking up all the way around. So we're going to do those. So this is all kind of mics that you can get for around about £30. The only one that's the different is the Rode M1, which is about £100. So that's what we're going to kind of use it as the kind of benchmark. And we're going to see each song. The way we're going to do this is we're going to use Enter Sandman by Metallica as the guide track. So we're going to set this on up. We're going to cut in between different songs. Each vocal was going to be taken one after the other, so hopefully as close as possible to each other. We won't do a lot of editing of the audio signal, so we're going to see what kind of frequencies we get, where it bottoms out, if it's low ends, high ends, and we'll kind of see how each one performs. And then we'll kind of see at the end of it if we've got any kind of tips or hints, or if there is any value in buying a cheap mic. What can you get for it? Can you get a decent demo? Or is it just absolutely not worth it to use them at all? Anyway, let's get busy. If you like the video, please subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share. Let's get started.
Keep you free from sin till the Sandman he comes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exhale, alternate. Take my hand. We're off to never, never land. Wrong, show the light. Happy fucks tonight in the outer snow wind. Oh, dreams of wars, dreams of lies, dreams of kraken's fire, and a face that will bite. Yeah, sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Excellent, alternate. Take my hand. We're off to never, never land. Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake. Pray the Lord my soul to take. Hush, little baby, I don't say a word, and never mind that noise you heard. It's just a beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Exhale, alternate, greater sin. Exhale, alternate. Take my hand. We're off to never, never land. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. We're off to never, never land. We're off to never, never. Take my hand. We're off to never, never land. We're off to never, never land. Take my hand. We're off to never, never land. Take my hand. Off to never, never land.
Right, so there you have it. That is the 7 mics tested. You can feel my voice is a bit croaky. I'm not a singer by nature, but hopefully it'll give you an idea of the frequencies that the mics could have picked up. I know where I kind of had two favourites. Obviously, I had the Rode M1, which was kind of not quite as sharp, but obviously it gave a bit more of a warmer tone. You do need to push that a little bit harder. And I kind of thought the MXL 440 was the other one that kind of gave a nice richness to the tone. I felt all the other ones kind of were just a little bit too sharp, a little bit too aggressive, but let me know what you think in the comments below. What did you think of those price points? So they all range from anything from about £15-20 up to about £80 in price, so nothing expensive in there really, all quite reasonable. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, please subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share, leave the comments down below, and that's of course how Dave does it.